right, so Coach, you can go ahead and give an opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions after that.
Good win. Just how we liked it. Drew it up perfect. So, we obviously wanted to establish ourselves defensively. And, not just because it was SC and how we played last time, but just because that's what you got to do this time of year. So our guys came out and with a defensive mindset, and, offensively, we were able to settle into the game when maybe things weren't coming easy. We hung with it. So really proud of them.
Okay, we'll open up for questions. We'll start in the back middle here.
Yeah, Tommy, Steve Rivera, allsportstucson.com. Tommy, in the first half, they kind of made you play their style, but you were able to survive it and, in fact, had a 12-point lead. Can you talk about how much you are probably impressed with that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a game, and these games play out different. You can't I'm joking when I say it's just how we drew it up. I mean, you can't script it. And so, we knew that they may not want to get up and down with us, but you always want to test that, I mean, a coach can have a game plan, and the players maybe don't execute it defensively on their end, and we get up and down in transition. And they did a good job keeping the game slower, but it came down to defense. I mean, we were able to get stops, and then kind of made a little run at the end of the first half to get a little separation, and then these guys did a great job at the start of the second half to extend that.
Front row on the right, Brad.
Yeah, Jaden and KJ combining for 27 points off the bench. I know there's been a lot of talk this year about the importance of the bench and the minutes that they provide, but for them to be able to be your leading scorers in this game, what does that say about just the overall balance?
Well, it's awesome, and they both responded because they didn't play good at SC, and I'm really proud of how they responded, especially when a game like that where a team's switching defenses, playing a lot of zone, maybe they're not players you think traditionally would play good against the zone, but they were opportunistic. You find some in transition, you find some late in the possession, you find some on the offensive glass. I thought KJ in that second half really made a statement. Pelle unfortunately picked up his third foul, and KJ came in there and made like 3 or 4 plays right in a row to basically help us grow the lead, which was amazing.
Second row here on the left.
Yeah, Tommy, Raimundo Cervantes with Camp Student Radio. You said you guys were given a gift by SC after the loss last week. What were the conversations like with the team throughout the week and last night after seeing that they were going to be your opponents today? Well,
I mean, we were excited. I mean, these guys, they're more excited than I am, because I have a coach's mind, and you're always trying to analyze everything. These guys were ready to go, and they did give us a gift. Late in the year, we were playing pretty good. We had wrapped up the Pac-12 championship, and maybe we let our guard down a little bit and got exposed, and our guys, battled back. So it's kind of nice when you can have a week of preparation where you're on edge a little bit, and I think we did that. I think it sets up well. But you know what? Tomorrow, at whatever time we play, you got to be ready to roll because there's nothing you can't assume anything.
Far right, third row.
Hey, Coach. It's Sean Mahoney, 13 News. One of the things you talked about after the loss to USC was kind of the trouble that some of that zone defense gave you in that first matchup. This time around, it seemed that you guys handled it a lot better. Talk to me about some of the adjustments you guys made and what you think propelled you to the win.
Well, a lot of that falls on my shoulders. When I just kind of took a step back, I realized that I haven't provided enough clarity, for how we want to attack and how we want to play, and I was relying on these guys a little bit too much to figure out. So. They're great players, and they have a great ability to figure it out. And when they're figuring things out, we're way better than when I'm overcoaching. I promise you that. But we just had to kind of put the pieces in the right place and kind of get a clear understanding of how we wanted to play.
Here in the middle, third row.
Jesse Broaders, Cronkite News. So obviously you guys now are looking for your third straight Pac-12 tournament win. Obviously you've got a few more games to go, but how are you guys taking this game by game in a tournament that means so much as this is the final tournament as we know it?
Well, it means so much to people outside of our little sphere, which is great because those people, we draw power from them and energy. But our deal is focusing internal, game by game. And we're not getting any more complicated than that. We'll let you guys, get all sentimental about last Pac-12 stuff, this and that, how many games in a row. I don't care about any of that. I just want to know who we're playing tomorrow.
Front row here, Bruce.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, all three of you guys actually, you talked about the week of practice and getting the stops early. What else was the difference, and especially early, just because that game there? Was it a fact of, having that familiarity from just a few days ago, or motivation, et cetera, different energy than you had Saturday?
I'll let these guys answer that.
I think we just got a lot more stops. Like we were way more hungry on defense this time around. And I mean, we're obviously a really good offensive team, but it's defense that we take pride in. So I think it was just that, and then the offense will come.
And when I'll interrupt, we always like try to make an excuse for our defense because we're a good offensive team. Guys, 2 out of the last 3 years we've been another one ranked defense in the Pac-12. So do a little research. We're a good defensive team. We're a great defensive team, and we're going to get better.
Yes, Oumar too, just saying, like, what was the difference again between the first half tonight and say the first half Saturday?
Defense.
Yeah. Did you feel like there's a different vibe, energy, et cetera?
Yeah, we were more locked in, and we bought into the system, and then just play good defense and stick to the plan.
In the back, all the way in the back in the middle?
For both players, Matt Reynolds with KVOA in Tucson. For both players, this team seems like they attacked you in a similar way that they did on Saturday, and you came right back and punched them right back in the mouth. That's been a bit of a trend this season where teams think they have Arizona figured out and then they don't in the end. How have you noticed that? How did you guys respond to that today?
Honestly, when you play a team back to back, of course you're gonna learn from your previous mistakes, and we took stuff like that like serious. You can do the same mistake over and over again, and they got us last week, and this week we had a great opportunity to play against them, and it was a great test for us to see like how much we improve and how much we take pride in getting stop over stops.
All the way here in the back left?
Luke Evans, Orange County Register. Coach, just from a scouting perspective, it looked like from tip, you guys had a really strong understanding of what USC was trying to do with a lot of off-ball action and their guards coming off screens. Obviously, their perimeter players have played really well recently. So just from last matchup with them in general, like how did you guys kind of game plan from that specific angle?
You're going to think this is crazy. We didn't do one thing different. We just did it better. That's what it came down to. We just did it better. We didn't. This time of year, you're not changing a bunch. Just do it better with more effort, and more conviction, and we did that.
Back middle here.
Hi, Coach. Ben Barker, Ben Barker, CardinalSportsReport.com. I'm just curious, in tournament mode, how do you go about, in these general terms, just how do you go about scouting the opposing teams? How does that work? Do you watch from both teams at the same time, or just kind of how does that kind of process work? You've already seen these guys. How do you kind of approach scouting and preparing for games in tournament mode? Yeah.
Well, twofold. I mean, you've played these teams already in your own conference, so you have some familiarity with what they do. And the second thing is you do what you do. You double down on what you do and what you do well, and you stick to those concepts. I mean, this time of year, you've seen almost everything, and, there's a lot of trends where teams are doing similar stuff, so you have a good footprint of what you need to do defensively. You just got to go out and do it with great energy and effort.
2 more starting here in the front.
Aiden Wool, GoEasyCast.com. Tommy, how would you assess the overall progression of the team maturity dating back to when the team celebrated after the Pac-12 regular season championship?
I mean, we got a real mature group. We got a group of winners. We got a group of dogs. But we haven't been perfect. But no one has. So. Hey, it's about the next one for us. And these guys are mature and they're winners. And, there's no guarantee to what's going to happen. But I would expect our guys to play with great effort and energy tomorrow.
And last one here in the back, Steve.
Yeah, Tommy, Ballo does what he does. He did it well today. Can you talk about his energy? He was all over the court today.
Yeah, when O plays like that, I mean, and he has for a long stretch now. I mean, it's an absolute difference maker. He's a monster. And, the way he was protecting the rim today, I mean, really allows us to play defense a certain way, the way he was rebounding the basketball, and then, the way he was getting fouled and just his physical presence inside, he's a game changer. So really proud of him, and I love that he's doing it on a nightly basis now.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.